I got home late from an installation job and stepped into the mudroom. I kicked my work boots off, and the whole house smelled like roasted chicken and lemon. Right away, I knew she had been busy. The dining table was already laid out. The lights were turned down low. Jazz was playing from her little speaker. Ashley stood at the stove, waving a spatula around like she was hosting a television show. "Look who finally decided to eat," she said. I went to the sink. "Hands washed," I told her. She pointed the spatula at me. "Now you are trying to impress a health inspector." I hung my jacket and looked over the counter. Everything was lined up like a picture. Salad was portioned into glass bowls. Bread sat in a basket under a clean towel. It looked almost too neat, like it was staged. She caught me staring and said, "It is called caring." Then she kissed my cheek. It was quick, and it felt practiced, like something you do because it is on the list. "Sit down," she said. I kept it warm. I dropped into my chair and nodded at the setup. "Looks like you hit the jackpot in some home decor contest." She laughed like I was the funniest guy she had ever met. "Or maybe I love you, and I know you forget to eat." I watched her move around the kitchen. She was quiet and efficient, always smiling. She had always been like that. But lately, her cheerfulness felt a little shiny, like frosting that looks good but makes you wonder what is underneath. She set a plate in front of me. "You are spoiling me," I said. "I should," she answered. She poured sparkling water into my glass. No wine. She was doing a clean week. While we ate, I tried again. "I was thinking about going to the gym with you," I said. 3 nights a week. I would take it easy and not make a fool of myself. Her fork stopped in midair. Then it tapped the plate once. "Babe," she said, "I do not want to be washed while I sweat. That is my quiet place." "I can stay at the other end," I told her. "Headphones on. You will not even notice me." She gave me a soft little smile, like she was sorry but not changing her mind. "I get shy about my form," she said. "It feels weird with you there." "Shy with me?" I half smiled. "I have watched you try to fix the garbage disposal using salad tongs. Your pride has been gone for years." She tossed a napkin at me. "I am serious." Then she snapped right back into her upbeat voice. "I can help you build a routine at home. Push-ups, resistance bands, all that stuff." "That sounds like solitary confinement," I said, trying to keep it light. "Going together sounded fun." "It is not a couple activity for me," she said. Bright tone. Final answer. "Do not take it personally." If I had known where all of that was heading, I would have shut up. Or maybe I would have pushed even harder. I still do not know which. The next morning, she was already dressed in leggings, tying her shoes. Ponytail high, like she was ready for battle. I was pouring coffee when she came over and kissed my forehead. "I will be back at 10 o'clock, she said. "You good?" "I am always good," I told her. "I just do not like being left out of your cardio religion." "It is not being left out," she said, laughing like it was cute. "It is boundaries." Then she pointed at me like I was her student. "Bye, coach." The door closed. The house went quiet. I stood there holding coffee I did not even want, stuck with a thought I did not like. A woman who loves you does not treat her workouts like a secret club, unless the club has a bouncer. So I made my first adjustment. I stopped trying to overlap our schedules. I told my crew I would take early shift installation jobs. I cut my evenings at home down to 2 set nights. I was not going to sit around waiting for whatever time she decided was available. I told my foreman, "Tyler, put me wherever you need me." Tyler gave me a look. "You and Ashley okay?" "We are fine," I said. Then I added, "I am done chasing fog." That night Ashley came home glowing and chatty, like she had been plugged into a charger. I did not ask about repetitions or routines. I went into the garage and checked the freezer, taking stock of what we had. Then I sat down and paid 2 bills that had been sitting on the hall table. Ashley walked in while I was clicking on the laptop. "You are on the computer again," she said. "It is dinner, not tax season." "Bills," I said. "I am separating automatic payments." She frowned. "What do you mean?" "I will cover the mortgage, the utilities, my truck, and our insurance," I said, keeping my voice calm. "Your personal stuff stays on your card. It is cleaner that way. Less gray area." She blinked like I had spoken in another language. "Since when?" she asked. "Since now," I said. She did not talk for a second. Then her face softened. "You are right," she said. "I have been a little scattered. Thank you for keeping us on track." She wrapped her arms around my neck. "I appreciate you." The words sounded correct, like the right line in the right scene. But something about it stuck in my head in a bad way, like gum under a table. Saturday came, and we went to my buddy Brandon's backyard for his kid's birthday party. Paper plates, juice boxes, folding chairs. Just plain America. Ashley pulled up with a gym bag in the trunk. She planned to leave after cake. Brandon slapped my shoulder and grinned. You two are disgustingly functional. We try, I said. Ashley heard us and jumped right in. I keep him from living on takeout and socket wrenches. I gave her a half smile. Socket wrenches keep roofs on. She smirked. They do not keep shirts buttoned. Brandon chuckled. Fair enough. Then he leaned closer and asked, So, you going to the gym with her yet? She likes to go alone, I said. Brandon raised an eyebrow like that was news. Ashley took a sip of sparkling water and said, He makes me self-conscious. Then she added, He stares. I do not stare, I said. She kept that light, joking tone, and I could tell she was enjoying herself. You count repetitions out loud like some old coach. Two moms standing nearby laughed. I did not laugh. My jaw stayed tight. I looked at her and said, steady and plain, I have never been to your gym with you, Ashley. I said it flat, I told her. It was a figure of speech. Ashley brushed it off like lint, then gave my chest a quick pat. He is harmless. Brandon looked back and forth between us. He is not sharp enough to hide it. Well, here is to harmless, I said, and set my plastic cup down on the table. Then I turned to the little cluster of people nearby. Quick note, everyone, I said. My time is not a joke. I do not go into people's homes just to get labeled like I am some puppy. I kept my voice even. No anger. Just plain. Then I looked straight at Ashley. And this part is just for us, I said. If you have something to say about me, bring it to me. Do not perform it for an audience. She blinked once, then smiled like I had pulled a rabbit out of a hat. Oh, big man's speech, she said. Boundary, I answered. Put a bow on it. She kept smiling, but I saw something move behind her eyes, like a thought trying to stay hidden. About 10 minutes later, we walked out to the car. She touched my arm. I did not mean anything by it, she said. I know what you meant, I told her. I just drew the line. She slid into the passenger seat. You made it a whole thing in front of people. No, I said. You made it a thing. I just ended it. She stared out the window for a second. Then she softened, like she always did right after she got caught. You are right, she said. I was careless. I will watch it. She said it like she was handing me a prize. Then she pivoted fast. You want brunch tomorrow? My treat. Sure, I said. Sunday morning, she laid it on thick. Pancakes. Coffee brought to bed. And she wore one of my t-shirts around the kitchen like a sitcom wife from a channel nobody watches. I accepted the show with a smirk and a raised eyebrow. Nice move, I told her. Noted. The next 2 weeks turned into the same pattern. She would guard her gym time like it was sacred, then get sweet and generous the moment I set a rule. And every time she did that, I made one more change that mattered to me, not to her. I started locking my office door. I stopped texting while she was at the gym. I quit waiting around to see when she felt like doing dinner. If I was hungry, I ate. If that meant eating alone, then that is what happened. It was not punishment. It was structure. She tried to take the room back with jokes. At a small get-together with neighbors, she laughed about how I used to be hopeless with laundry and how she trained me. People smiled because that is what you do. I looked right at her. Stop making me your project in public. Then I said it plain. I am not a story you tell to sound clever. She put a hand on my wrist. Relax, hero. It is humor. It is status, I replied. And I am not going to be your prop. After that, the joke stopped. Her gym time increased. Then work brought up travel. I do commercial installation jobs. That month, we landed a data center project in Missouri. 2 weeks, maybe less, I told Ashley at the kitchen island. I fly out Thursday. If everything goes smooth, I will be back the following week. 2 weeks, she repeated, and her eyes flicked left and right like she was doing math in her head. Then she smiled too fast. Wow, that is big for you. Are you excited? Not really, I said. I like our bed. She laughed, then caught herself, then pasted on an even bigger smile. You will do great. Then she added quickly, the house is fine with me. I did not say the house was not fine, I told her. I mean, I have got it, she said, almost eager. You will not need to worry. I will get ahead on closet organizing. Maybe I will paint the guest room if I feel brave. Do not, I said. Leave the paint alone. Bossy, she teased, but her energy was a notch brighter than that news deserved. That night she came home from the gym glowing and wired, and she started folding laundry next to me on the couch. Want me to pack your socks? She asked. I can find my socks, I said. She tucked a pair into my suitcase anyway. Let me do something. You could let me go to the gym with you, I said. She rolled her eyes. Friendly on the surface, bored underneath. Still on that. I'm not on it, I told her. I remember it. You are leaving Thursday, she said. Let me have this. Then she kissed my cheek and held it a little longer than usual. I let it happen. When she pulled back, her eyes looked washed, like she was playing the part of a caring wife in a commercial. She smiled at me the way a nurse smiles at a patient. Wednesday night, the night before my flight, I set my own rules. I split our house money into 2 separate sub-accounts. One for the mortgage and utilities, another for her spending money. I printed my itinerary and put a copy on the refrigerator. Plain, boring, nothing dramatic. Then I took the spare key that we kept on the grill side table, put it in my pocket, and did not put it back. After that, I walked next door to check in with my neighbor, Hannah. She was a nurse with a sharp mouth, and she had joked for years that our cul-de-sac gave her more material than the hospital. You need me to watch the house? She asked. I am great with plants and nosy old ladies. Water the rosemary, I said. Ignore the old ladies. If anything looks off, text me. So normal, she said. I left it at that. At the airport, Ashley called me. Send a selfie, she said. I sent a photograph with a straight face, my luggage behind me. She sent back a heart and a bicep emoji like a teenager. I laughed to myself. By noon the next day, we were installing racks. The only part of travel I like is the work. It is honest. Cables do not lie. Friday night around 9 o'clock, my phone buzzed. It was Hannah. Not my business. Her message started. Maybe I should not say anything, but a big, Jack guy went into your place yesterday. He has not left. I stared at the screen. It did not make me panic. It just made everything inside me go still. I typed a reply, deleted it, then typed again. Thanks for telling me. My first thought was that it could have been a contractor. Then I had the second thought, the one I did not want. I texted Hannah back. It could be a worker, but could you grab a couple pictures through the glass, if it is safe? She answered right away. James Bond. I am in. I kept working. About 30 minutes later, 3 photos came through. It was my living room, my couch, my life. Ashley was curled up against a man I had seen one time at her gym. The one day I brought her water and stood there like an idiot trying to be supportive. He looked comfortable, like he paid the mortgage. Her hand was spread across his chest like she belonged there. His shoes sat by my coffee table. Next to them was a plate with crumbs on it, like they had been eating in my house like it was normal. I stood in that server room and took a slow breath. It was not rage. It was math. Hannah messaged again. Almost got noticed. Would have been a mess. Not the time, but you owe me dinner. I typed without thinking. I will kiss you when I get back. You saved me. She replied with a laughing face emoji and a knife and fork emoji. I set my phone face down. The cables on the rack in front of me looked back like they always do. Patient, honest, unbothered. I called someone I trusted. A lawyer named Derek. He helped me years ago when a contractor tried to play games with a job. I need paperwork, I told him. Clean and fast. Everything in order. He did not ask for a long story. He just got practical. Send me what you have, he said. Pictures. Full names. Address. Any account details you can legally provide. We can start immediately. You will have to sign in person at the end. I will be back in a week and a half, I said. That works, Derek answered. Keep your head. Do your job. So I did my job like nothing happened, because nothing had happened that changed my work. Work still needed doing. Racks still needed mounting. The world does not stop for betrayal. At night my phone kept buzzing. Hannah sent updates with short captions like she was reporting the weather. They are grilling in your backyard. Then another message. He is wearing your apron. I am not kidding. She sent a photo from her upstairs window. 2 figures at my grill. Smoke lifting up. A beer bottle sitting on the railing. And a t-shirt I had left hanging on the back hook. I felt something that almost looked like amusement, because the nerve of it was unreal. I texted her back. You are a menace. Keep your head down. She wrote, I am a professional menace. I could practically hear her laughing loud on purpose. The next morning she messaged again. They went for a run together. Then she added, he swatted at your rosemary because a bee bothered him. I wanted to hiss at him through the glass. I did not, but I wanted to. I thanked her and made a ridiculous promise about taking her to a steakhouse when I got home. She said she did not need that. She wanted one good story and one night where she did not have to stand on her feet. Meanwhile, I kept my routine simple. Work, food, sleep. Derek kept me updated. He told me the documents would be ready when I landed. He needed my signature to lock down what could be locked down without turning it into a circus. Tuesday night, Hannah again. He carried a bag through your front door, she wrote. Ashley did not even look left or right. Bold. I texted, you are doing more than you signed up for. She replied, I like you better when you are not clueless. Consider it neighborhood maintenance. Thursday night, I finally sat alone in my hotel room. The air conditioner clicked on and off like a metronome, steady and cold. Ashley called. Her voice was bright. Too bright. Hey, traveler, she said. How is Missouri? Cables everywhere, I said. You okay? I asked her. So good, she chirped. I have been sleeping on your side of the bed to pretend you are here. Stupid, right? Adorable, I said, and my voice was flat enough that she should have heard it. Do not be grumpy, she said. I made a roast. I will freeze you a portion. Thoughtful, I said. I have an early call, I added. Get some rest. I miss you, she said softer. Bye, I said. I ended the call and stared at the ceiling. That was illusion number 2. Extra sweetness. The same trick every time she felt guardrails go up. It did not change my next step. I opened the airline application and confirmed my Saturday morning flight. I texted Derek my estimated time of arrival. Then I texted Hannah. I land Saturday. The backyard barbecue champions better be gone. She wrote back, copy. I will have popcorn, just in case. Saturday came. I landed, drove straight to Derek's small office, shook his hand, and signed what he put in front of me. He explained timelines and how things would move. He mailed copies where they needed to go. I did not need a lecture. I needed paper. He handed me the folder. It is straightforward, he said. You kept your accounts clean. The property title setup helps you. Good, I said. I am going home. On the drive back, I felt more awake than I had in months. There is peace in choosing, even when what you choose hurts. I pulled into our street in the middle of the afternoon. Hannah was on her porch holding a coffee mug. When she saw my truck, she stood and lifted the mug like a toast. I nodded once. Then I parked in my own driveway. Ashley opened the front door before I even reached it. She wore jeans and a soft sweater. Barefoot, hair curled like it was Sunday morning and nothing bad had ever happened. You are early, she sang, arms open. Surprise me. Why do you not? I stopped a few feet from her. Where is he? I asked. She blinked. No hello. Who? She said, like she had no idea what language I was speaking. The guy from your gym, I said. Tell him he can leave out the back if he is shy. Her face did not twitch. Not once. You sound crazy, she said. I held up my phone. Do I? She tilted her head like a therapist. Calm. Curious. Like I was the problem. What are you even talking about, she asked. You have been gone. Are you okay? I walked past her and into my living room. The couch cushions were fluffed too high. Like somebody had been trying to erase a body shape. Like somebody thought a little straightening up could rewrite the truth. The throw blankets were folded up neat, like somebody had pressed them with a ruler. The coffee table had a faint water ring, the kind you get when a glass sits too long. None of that was mine. I did not leave. I set my bag down by the couch and laid that folder on the table like it belonged there. This is me, I said. Right here. This is real. Ashley stepped closer, using that soft voice she saves for when she wants to steer the conversation. You are exhausted, she said. You have been on the road. You are lonely. You are looking for drama. Stop, I told her. I pulled out the top photo and slid it across the table. In the picture, she was curled up against him like she had no worries in the world. Her hand was spread across his chest. Her face was clear as day. Calm. Peaceful. At home. Ashley stared at the paper. Then she looked up at me. Then she let out a short laugh through her nose. So Hannah actually told you, she said, like it was funny. I was wondering who would play detective. She did, I said. And she earned herself a dinner. Ashley shook her head, not at herself, but like the world had inconvenienced her. Unbelievable, she said. How bored do you have to be? Bold question coming from you, I said. So tell me, what do you think happens now? She lifted her chin. Her eyes went cold and steady. We stopped being dramatic, she said. You stopped trying to control my gym time. You came back. I am here. We move on. Move on, I repeated. That is your plan. That is your pitch. She gave me a little smile, confident like she thought she had the upper hand. What are you going to do? She asked. Leave? You are not leaving me. Do not be ridiculous. I opened the folder, pulled the papers out, and placed them in front of her. Laugh first if you need to, I said. When you are done, you can start collecting your things. You are not staying here. Her smile froze. Then it faded out like a light turning off. You talked to someone, she said. I did, I answered. I started while I was watching you two use my grill like it was your own backyard. That is not fair, she said fast. You are correct, I told her. Fair is dead. All that is left is respect. And you already spent yours. She stared at the papers like they were a prank someone printed from the internet. You cannot expect me to just go, she said. I do not expect anything from you, I said. I am telling you what is happening now. You have 2 hours. Call a ride. She crossed her arms. You will regret this. I regret ignoring the small signs, I said. That is the only regret I have. I pointed at the clock with my chin. 2 hours. She tried the softer route again, like she was reaching for a tool that used to work. I made a roast, she said. I kept the house running. I have taken care of you. You treated this place like a hotel, I said. Yes, you cooked meals. I can cook meals too. What I do not do is bring people into my home and make myself comfortable on lies. Her eyes sharpened. You do not know what you think you know. Then sue me for slander out on the sidewalk, I said. You still have 2 hours. She stepped closer, voice lower, trying another angle. We have history, she said. I have standards, I said. History does not cancel that. Her gaze flicked toward the hallway like she was measuring distances, like she was weighing options. You would really put me out, she said. No throwing, I said. You walk out with your things. I picked up her gym bag and set it on the chair, right in front of her, like a classroom example. That is a good place to start, I said. She let out one hard laugh, and I saw the old mask slide back on. You are not that guy, she said. I am now, I told her. We stared at each other for a long moment. Then she spun around and marched toward the bedroom. Drawers opened and slammed shut. Hangers scraped on the closet rod. The whole house sounded angry even if I was not yelling. I took that moment to step out onto the porch. Hannah stood at her low fence with her arms folded, like she had been posted there on purpose. Do I need popcorn or pepper spray? She asked. Neither, I said. Just a timer. How long? She asked. I checked my watch. 1 hour and 54 minutes. Hannah grinned like she had been waiting all week for a punchline. Copy that. Want me to borrow a dolly from Steve for her boxes? I am feeling helpful. Let her carry it, I said. Good for the arms. A minute later, Ashley came to the door with a suitcase and a bag. She looked past me at Hannah like we were teamed up against her. You happy? Ashley snapped. Hannah took a slow sip of coffee. I am very into neighborhood cleanliness. Ashley turned back to me, and her voice changed again. Not softer, sharper, like she was done pretending. I was bored, she said. She did not say it like an excuse. She said it like a power move. You work too much, she added. You are predictable. I needed something lively. And you needed me to fund it, I said. You chose convenience instead of courage. Now choose a ride. She rolled the suitcase down the steps. Halfway to the curb, she twisted around and fired one last line over her shoulder. Do not get attached to this house, she said. You will see me again. If you are delivering a package, leave it on the porch, I said. Otherwise, keep walking. She left with no tears and no apology. Chin up high. Phone pressed to her ear like she was already moving on to the next plan. I stood there as the street settled back into normal. Hannah let out a loud breath from her side of the fence. Clean, she said. A little brutal, but clean. Not brutal, I said. Just precise. She watched me a second. You okay? I am precise, I told her. That is the head I need right now. I went back inside, grabbed a garment bag, and changed in the bedroom. Suit. White shirt. Shoes that clicked on the floor when I walked. I looked like a man headed to a promotion dinner. And in a way I was. A promotion out of nonsense. About 10 minutes later, I knocked on Hannah's door. She opened it with her hair in a messy bun, leggings on, and an oversized sweatshirt. Her eyes went wide when she saw me. Oh, she said, looking me up and down. Did I miss a fancy event? You are not dressed, I said. We are having dinner. Or did you forget? Her mouth opened. Then her expression turned into a smile. You are serious, she said. Do I book a table, or do I trust you? I asked. She leaned on the doorframe. I have been nosy all week. You pick, she said, stepping aside. Give me 15 minutes. I waited in her small living room. It smelled like clean laundry and cinnamon. She came back out wearing a simple dark dress, flats, earrings, and just a little extra confidence, like she had decided she was allowed to feel it. She did not bother hiding it. Well, Hannah said, standing there in that simple dress. Do I get a compliment or a shrug? You look like trouble I could explain to my mother, I said. Let us go. We drove to a place with white tablecloths, but no piano. The kind of restaurant that feels serious without trying too hard. The hostess looked at my suit, smiled, and forgot to ask if we had a reservation. We sat down. Water showed up fast. Hannah leaned in a little. Before we start, she said, "Are you sure you want to be out tonight? No decompression needed?" "I do my decompression by moving forward," I said. She nodded once. "I respect that." We ordered food you could eat without thinking. Nothing fancy, just solid plates and real forks. The conversation found its rhythm quick. "So," she said, "when did you know?" "The week before I left," I told her. Not the first hint, just the first time I stopped pretending. "I did not want to be the neighbor who wrecks marriages," she said. "That part is a cliché," I said. "You did not wreck anything. You just turned on the light. Whatever was moving in the dark was already there." She tapped her glass with her fingernail. "You are not angry." "Oh, I am angry," I said. "But anger makes me sloppy. I prefer outcomes." "That was an outcome," she said. We ate. We swapped the usual things. Work stories. Family summaries. Jokes about how much television we pretend we do not watch. My phone lit up once. Unknown number. I flipped it face down without breaking my sentence. Hannah noticed. "Good," she said. When the plates were cleared, she leaned back. "I thought dinner would be enough for now," she said. But that was before the suit. "So dinner is not enough anymore?" I asked. "It is enough," she said, smiling slow. "It is just not the end." "You want a second date in writing?" I asked. "I want you to say out loud that this is not rebound theater," she said. "I like you, but I am not a plank you walk across to get back to shore." "You are the shore," I said. "The plank was paperwork." She laughed and shook her head. That was cheesy, but acceptable. I drove her home. On her porch, she looked at me. "You said dinner was enough to start," she said. "And this is only the start, right?" "Of course," I said. "It is only the start." We did not rush inside like teenagers. We said goodnight like adults. I walked back to my house, took the trash to the curb even though it was not full, and slept alone with the windows cracked. The night air felt honest. The week after that, I finished what I started. I changed the codes on the smart locks. I set the cameras to notify both my phone and Hannah's in case I was on a ladder and missed something. I told Derek to file whatever needed filing and send whatever needed sending. Then I called Ashley's mother. She was a blunt woman who had always liked me, right up until liking me required effort. "I want you to hear it from me," I said. "We are done. It is final on my end. She can pick up a few boxes Thursday at noon if she schedules with me. Otherwise, they will be in storage under her name." Her sigh was long and unhappy. "I knew she was playing with fire," her mother said. She brought a torch. "I am not standing nearby," I said. "I will tell her," she replied. Ashley texted twice after that. Both messages slippery and dramatic. "We are overreacting. We can fix this. That house is not yours alone." I replied once. "Noon Thursday or storage. Choose." She did not reply. Thursday at 12:10, Hannah and I stood in my driveway when a rideshare pulled up. Ashley stepped out wearing sunglasses, lips pressed tight. She grabbed 2 boxes Hannah had helped label and put them in the trunk. No conversation. No scene. She looked at Hannah like she had swallowed something sour. "You will regret trying to look like a hero," she said to me. "I am not trying," I told her. "I am succeeding." She got in the car. The door shut. The car pulled away. I checked my watch. 12:15. Clean. After that, I kept doing my job, and my life filled back in where I had thinned it out. I showed up early at the shop. I stayed late for the ugly jobs nobody wanted. Crawl spaces. Attics. Fixing the mess the last guy left behind. I slept. I ran without announcing it. I cooked my own dinners in a kitchen that finally looked like itself again. Hannah and I built something quiet. No ceremony. Evenings on our porches. Lunch during her hospital breaks if I was nearby. Sunday grocery runs that made us look domestic to strangers. She was funny without asking permission. She pushed back when I needed it and stayed quiet when I did not. I liked both. News traveled the neighborhood the way it always does. Through dogs on leashes and trash cans at the curb. I did not explain myself. I did not give a version. I just lived with my door closed. People understand a closed door better than they admit. Ashley tried one last move about a month later. She showed up early on a Saturday morning with a bakery box and a look I had seen 100 times online. The performance of a second chance. I opened the door just enough to see her. Behind me, Hannah stood in my kitchen, visible, pouring coffee like she belonged there. Because she did. Ashley lifted the bakery box like it was proof of good intentions. I brought cinnamon rolls, she said. From that place you like. Remember? I do not eat sugar in the morning, I said. You used to, she replied, her smile locked in place. Used to is not now, I said. She leaned her head to the side and tried to look past me into the house. Oh, she said. Cute. Do you need something? I asked. I am here to talk like adults, she said. You were rash. We can talk this out. No, I said. You did not even let me. No, I said again. This is not a democracy. This is a finished project. She stared at me, then slowly set the bakery box down on the porch railing like she was making an offering. You will regret this when you cool off, she said. I already cooled off, I told her. That is what this is. She made a face like I had just insulted her, then took a breath like she was gearing up for one last push. I will see you around, she said. You cannot avoid me forever. You will see me, I agreed. At the hardware store. At a stop sign. Anywhere people exist. I looked her straight in the eye. You will not be in my house, my accounts, or my plans. That is the only difference that matters. She waited for a reaction. She did not get one. So she walked to her car and left. For real this time. I picked up the bakery box and handed it to Hannah. These any good? I asked. She took it. I will bring them to the nurse's station. Sugar is their religion. Early fall, Derek mailed the final paperwork in a thick envelope. Clean. Tight. Finished. No claim on the house. No extra money grabs. No loose ends beyond the things she had already taken. It was not victory. It was math. Word traveled through her family the way it always does. Quietly, then all at once. Her sister unfollowed me without comment. A cousin sent a one-line apology that told me exactly how much they now understood. Friends who used to laugh at our backyard parties texted me versions of respect. A few admitted they had noticed things and stayed quiet. I wrote back, you were not married to me. It was not your job. Then I put my phone down and went back to work. When the leaves started changing, I took Hannah to a small cabin upstate. We grilled burgers by a lake. Read different books on the same couch. Took back roads home because the highway felt like a line I did not need to stand in. On the drive back, she glanced over. You ever going to put a label on us? She asked. Half joking, half serious. I thought we did the night you made me throw out the chipped plates, I said. That was practical, she said. So is this, I answered. You are my partner. If I propose, it will be after the new porch is built. I am not dropping one knee into splinters. You are ridiculous, she said. But her smile stayed, even when the road got rough. 2 months later, in front of that new porch with smooth boards and a railing I measured twice, I asked her. She said yes like it was obvious. We kept it small. Real vows. No champagne fountain. The neighbor kids threw birdseed and stole half the cupcakes. It felt like a home should feel. Not perfect. Solid. As for Ashley, she moved around for a while. A sublet. Then her parents placed 2 counties over. Then back with them for good when rent stopped making sense. Someone told me she was working nights at a restaurant, not up front. That tracks. That job eats patience and gives back dishwater. The people who used to toast with her in my backyard stopped clicking on her social pages. The algorithm does not like slow falls. I did not watch. I did not need updates. She wanted comfort without cost. She lost both. That was the only math I cared about. If you ask me what I learned, I keep it simple. A man can love candles and dinner on the table and still refuse to be made small. You are not required to give up your dignity to keep a house warm. You set rules. You enforce them. Quietly. Once. Months later, Ashley popped up one last time. A text. No greeting. Miss you. I typed 3 words. Did not send them. I deleted that and sent 2 different ones. Wrong number. I set my phone face down and tightened the bolt on a porch chair that had started to wobble. Hannah came outside in a sweatshirt, handed me a socket wrench, and smirked. You and your tools, she said. They keep roofs on, I replied. She leaned on the railing. Dinner at my place. I am making pasta. Better than roasted chicken? I asked. Depends on who is eating it, she said. Lucky him, I told her. She rolled her eyes and went inside. I finished fixing the chair, washed my hands, and followed her. Not because I was hungry, because my life was mine again, and I planned to keep it that way.